Hello you guys, I thought I would pop in and tell you the results of my C-Reactive protein test, blood test. So do you remember I had the CRP-HS, the high sensitivity test done, and it came out extremely high. So I had it repeated at the GP. I had to wait a couple of weeks just in case there was any kind of infection that was passing through my system. And I have the results and it's back in the normal range. So it's now 5. It was 31 I think before, and it's supposed to be between 0 and I don't know, something like 8. I can't remember exactly. So I'm really chuffed with that. It's really good to have some good news, and it means that for me personally, it means that I'm not quite as worried about my heart, because I had my cholesterol done, but they wouldn't give me the breakdown. They said they only got the total, but my total cholesterol was already down to 5.8, and it was 6.8 like literally a couple of weeks before that. So it just shows you going off keto does quickly reduce my cholesterol, or not eating cream and butter I should say, not doing keto. So I think I'm going to do, no, I don't think, I know I'm going to do keto again. We're on holiday next week, or Kev's off work, and so we are having a kind of staycation, I guess you could call it, in that we're staying at home and we're going to go out for a few days with Watson, and my husband and I are also going to go out and spend the day together, and Watson's going to the Walker on that day. So I'm really excited, but I'm not going to do keto in the week I'm off, but I am going to plan my keto in the week I'm off. So have a look at some more recipes, you know, make the plan for the following week, what we're going to have for dinners and lunches, etc, etc. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it, because I think it does work for me. It definitely does work for me, and I think I'll need to do keto cycling, as I always plan to, which is, you know, having a break from it, even if it's just to bring my cholesterol down again, and also for my own kind of sanity. It gives me a renewed motivation for the keto way of eating, by having a bit of time to be eating carbs. So what else is there to update you on? Oh, I know, I was going to tell you about my knees. I've been feeling pretty down about that, I have to say, but I was just kind of hanging on to the hope that I could get a steroid injection for my knees, because they've been so painful, and they've actually been more painful since doing the physio. You know, I've been to see my physio. I'm somebody that once I get advice about something, I kind of throw myself into it. And the orthopedic consultant told me, you know, to get a physio plan. So I went straight to see my lovely Leslie and got a plan from her and started working on it. But my knees have been feeling worse, and they've been so painful that it stopped me playing with Watson a couple of nights this week. I've had to do the cooking instead of playing with Watson, which is what's happening at parallel times. And Kev's instead playing with Watson, which I'm just gutted about, you know. And yesterday, I got a phone call from the orthopedic consultant, and she just said, no, I'm not a candidate for having steroid injections. She said it might help you a little bit for a week or two, but she said it's not really for me because the inflammation, because I said to her, but it says there was inflammation. And she said, yeah, but the inflammation I have is in my bones, and that there's not really any cartilage left. So there isn't an ideal place to inject, or, you know, so I just found that really upsetting, because it was the last thing I was clinging on to. Sorry about the shaking. I don't know how much you'll see that shaking. And I'm normally all right with my health conditions if I have a plan of attack. You know, if I know that, right, this is what I'm going to do next. Tried this, and I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try this. And yesterday I just felt like everything that was on my list just wasn't working, because there was the steroid injection. That's not possible or not appropriate for me. Then there was the physio, but by doing it, I had just kind of made my knee worse. I was taking supplements, but when I actually looked up the research, it showed glucosamine and chondroitin is actually shown not to be effective. I'm taking turmeric, which isn't really doing anything for me. I've been on that for quite some time now, and there's no evidence behind that either. With the physio that the consultant recommended, because she actually said to me, and she asked me who I was seeing, and it happens to be that she worked with Leslie many years ago, so she knows her. And she said, oh yeah, she's very good. She said, what has she got you doing? But when I told her, she said, no, you shouldn't be doing wall slides or squats or anything like that. She said, it's too much load for your knees at the moment. You need to build them up first she said you need to be working on your glutes and your core. The problem is that most core exercises strain my neck, and the number one, well, also the glute exercises, the only one I know is where you're kind of in the position of a cat, I think they call it, and you put your leg up and sort of pulse it. Even that pulls on my neck. The core exercises that I can do is like standing on a balance board, so I've been doing that, and then glutes, I just don't know what I can do. And I know the best exercise for my knees, she told me, is the bike, but I can't really I can use a recumbent bike but not a normal bike, because it irritates the bladder condition. But the recumbent bike is really kind of uncomfortable after 15-20 minutes, you know. So yeah, yesterday I was just having one of those days, and I sat and had a weep last night, and Kev felt awful, of course, but was trying to say, right, you know, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll get a machine at home if that helps. And because I've got a little bit of room in my studio now, I've just kind of reorganized it all. I just need to see, have I definitely got enough room for, because in that room is my filming equipment, my makeup, but also all of my clothes, and also a lot of things for Watson, a lot of kind of treats and games and things like that are in there. So I just need to make sure that I have actually got room for a machine before I consider getting one. So today I woke up, and normally I will, you know, have a bit of a down moment and then get up and go, right, okay, that's it, this is what I'm going to do. But because all of the things that were on my list just seemed to be failing me, this morning I just woke up and felt a bit flat and a bit sort of, I don't know, in a funk, I suppose is the word you'd use. And so I did what any self-respecting woman would do, and I went shopping. I bought some silver paint and some glitter paint, and I'm going to paint just this Craig and Rose, that's the silver one, and then there's a really bright glittery one. Wait till you see it, look at that. I bought that, and that is going to be painted on my earring holders. So I've got these little, they're for keys, you know, you get those, just a little piece of wood with 4 hooks on it for keys. I've always used those to store my earrings. So I'm going to take the hooks off and paint them silver, then paint them glittery, because if you just use the glitter it doesn't look right. And put that in my studio. So I bought that, and what else did I buy? Oh, nothing else. I didn't do very good on the shopping side of things, but I'm going shopping on Monday, so it's fine. So yeah, that's an update on where I'm at with everything. Oh, one other thing to tell you though, is that when I was looking at the research and I was trying to find out, well, is there any supplements I could be taking? You know, what is the research showing? The research shows that the best thing for your knees is walking, losing weight. Losing weight has shown time and time again to be as effective as ibuprofen. And actually, funny enough, arthritis has been shown as not being that related to inflammation, which is actually good news for me, because that would explain why the turmeric's not working, and I can't take anti-inflammatories anyway, so it's fine. But one of the supplements that did have some good clinical evidence behind it was pycnogenol, which I was hoping I could buy down there. I just went to this little industrial estate, but I couldn't find any shops that were selling it. And I'd ordered some on Amazon, and I thought if I find any while I'm out, I will just cancel my Amazon order. But so my Amazon order will come on Monday, and I'll start taking that and see how I get on with that, see if that helps. I've actually taken it before because I think it's heart protective as well. So it's an all-round good supplement, and I remember thinking that at the time. I bought it from Holland & Barrett before. Do you know what? I could actually go. There's another shopping centre near me that has a Holland & Barrett. I could pop in there and get some, but it's not urgent, is it? I'm just very, very impatient. Once I get an idea in my mind, I want to do it immediately. So weight-wise, hopefully the keto diet will help. Although the only thing I'm thinking with that is I'll probably be on it for, I think I'll have 3 weeks till Christmas. And I know that I'm meeting my friend for lunch one of those days for our Christmas lunch. I won't be keto that day, but I've got a feeling that I'll lose weight and then probably put it all on over Christmas, you know. But I suppose at least that's not me putting more weight on, you know, and who knows, maybe I'll lose more than I put back on again. I'm still doing, I don't know if I told you what my plan was weight-wise, but I'm still doing the little diet game. I don't think that it's helping. It's a little app, and you basically, things come up on the screen with either a green circle or a red circle, and you've to touch the one with the green circle, and you're to do it. You get 3 rounds of it. You do 3 rounds. It only takes like 5-10 minutes, not even. And you're supposed to do that every day. And apparently, people that they did a research study, and people that did it twice a week reduced their calorie intake by 230 calories a day, something like that. Well, I can't say I've not got a snack on. You know, I've got some snacks to eat tomorrow night, Saturday night. But what I have noticed is there's been a few times where I'm like, oh, I really fancy McDonald's, which is my weakness when I'm not on the keto. And I haven't, gone, no, you know what, like even just there, I thought to myself, well, it's lunchtime, I could just stop at McDonald's, but I haven't. I thought, no, go home and cook yourself something, So maybe it's working, so I'm going to keep on doing it. I only did the hypnotherapy. I've got the audio download by Paul McKenna. I've only done that a couple of times because if I'm really, really tired when I go to bed, I just can't be bothered like taking my phone or iPad through. I just want to go straight to sleep, and if I'm going straight to sleep, I normally put my earplugs in so that I don't hear Kev snoring, when he comes to bed. So I haven't done that as much, so it's not that making the difference, that's for sure. And what was the other thing I'm doing? Oh, I'm doing affirmations, like the whole looking in the mirror and finding something you love about yourself. I find that super difficult, but it's a law of attraction thing that one of the things that I haven't been successful in the law of attraction is with my weight. And I think it's because I don't love myself as I am, and you're supposed to not forget your obsession with food, forget your obsession with losing weight, and just love yourself as you are. And I just find that really difficult. And I know you guys are so lovely and so complimentary, but you only ever see me from here up. I've said it a few times. And just to give you an idea, I have twice been asked if I'm pregnant. In fact, one guy didn't even say that. He just said, oh, you're in the family way is what he said. And I was like, and then he realised, and he was like, oh, you're not. And I was like, no. He was a lollipop man. And then somebody else asked me. And that was a woman, actually, because my tummy is big. That's where, because of this hormone imbalance, all of my weight is in the middle part of me, and I don't, so it's really hard to look at myself even in clothes and be like, what do I like about my body? Because I used to have a really small waist, but that's kind of gone now, and yeah, I find it difficult to love lumps and bumps. And I don't know whether I've said to you guys before, but I've got friends that are much bigger than me but have a flat stomach. And I think for me that's the key. It's the fact that baggy clothes don't look good on me, but wearing fitted clothes that normally suit me show all of these lumps and bumps, and I just look so out of proportion, because everything's fine apart from just that middle bit is just so obviously fatty, so yeah, it's hard to know what to say for these affirmations, but I am trying, and we'll see if that helps as well. So I considered the fasting thing as well, because a lot of you guys have been adamant that works very well for you and it works well with keto. And I did think to myself, well, I can't do it in the evening because Kev doesn't get home until 7, half 7 sometimes, so we're eating about 8 o'clock. And then I normally do have a snack in the evening, but that would be a good reason to not do that, to say, right, okay, I thought I could maybe say I'm only going to eat 12 till 8 or 1 till 9 or something like that. I'd be starving in the morning, and I don't know how it would affect my blood sugar, because normally if I don't eat, my blood sugar does get a bit dodgy. But I thought, well, just give it a go. And then I was like, no, I can't. How on earth would I take my tablets? Because I can't take tablets with just water. I have to actually eat something, and it has to be something not necessarily substantial. The tablets are small enough that I could have yogurt or something, but something that I can actually not realise the tablets are inside. And I've tried to have therapy for this. I went to have hypnotherapy to try and help me to be able to swallow tablets with just water, because it would just make life so much easier when I'm dieting. I end up I eat nuts normally is what I use, nuts or yogurt, to take my tablets. And I take pain relief immediately in the morning, and then normally another dose at 12 o'clock, or before then, even if I'm in bad pain. So So that would be kind of a struggle. So I don't think that that's doable. But anyway, hopefully the keto will do it. So I feel like I'm just rambling a bit now, but I'm in the car. I thought I would come and do a last video because, like I said, we're away next week. So I will hopefully get this edited and uploaded to you guys later on today. So thank you for listening to me ramble and I will speak to you again soon.